Hi, and welcome to the Daily Windups Afternoon Update. Here we have Tropical Storm Isaac just buzzing away here, swirling and causing all kinds of havoc. Um, it looks like a little buzzsaw. And in the past few hours, it's taken more of a northwest turn, so the outer rain bands are already affecting Haiti and the Dominican Republic. And it looks like Haiti is going to get nicked by this. Jamaica, you're not out of it, and Cuba looks like it's going to take a direct hit. This is the radar image out of Key West, and these are disturbances coming off of Tropical Storm Isaac. This is only going to get worse through the night and tomorrow and the next day and the day after that as Tropical Storm Isaac gets closer. Florida is definitely not out of this yet, even though the models have trended further westward. And here we have the RGB loop visible of Tropical Storm Isaac. And as you can see, it's really become stacked, and it's tightening up very quickly. The storm now has 60-mile-an-hour winds, and it looks like on this current track it's going to just nick the Haitian Peninsula here. Jamaica, you're still not out of this, though it looks a little better for you. And Cuba's going to take a direct hit. Here are the latest model runs. And as you can see, the consensus is further eastward than it has been, back over Florida and the Florida Peninsula. I'm sorry, the Florida Panhandle. And the National Hurricane Center's forecast, which is this red line here clear to the left, it's this way because of the GFS and the ECMWF. They've trended a little westward, further west than the other models. Here is the cone of uncertainty at 10 a.m. this morning Central Time. And it takes it into a hurricane into the Pensacola area. And like I said, it really looks like Cuba's going to get the first real hit. Haiti doesn't need it, but the peninsula there in Haiti is going to get it. Cuba is going to get it. Jamaica, you're going to get some rain, but you're not going to get hit, hopefully. Hopefully it doesn't take a westward turn. Here's the size estimate of Tropical Storm Isaac as of 12Z. We forced the initialization at 50 knots, and by hour 24, it brings up to 63.37 knots, and that's getting close to hurricane strength. And after that, it starts to fall as it's over land. One thing to note is that it is very possible this could be a hurricane before it hits Haiti. The size estimate is calculating land interaction already, so that's probably why it's so low for hour 24, but it is very possible it could become a hurricane in that time period. Now here is the NAM for 72 hours out, and what I wanted to show here is how far north the shortwave is, the shortwave trough, and how much stronger the 500 millibar heights are. The ridge off to the east, and then the ridge over Texas. And there's a break in between over Florida. And the NAM is much further north than most models with this shortwave. This is the GFS 72 hours out. And it's showing the break in the ridge as a shortwave comes across, and it shows a pretty strong shortwave, and it brings it into Florida, into the Pensacola area, as I believe a tropical storm or hurricane. One thing to note is the ECMWF that has just come out has flipped back west again, and I'll show that here in a minute. Now this is the GFS for hour 96, and as you can see, a hurricane hitting the Pensacola area, and see this ridge is continuing to build westward, even though the storm itself is actually starting to recurve back eastward. And the ridge over Texas is moving westward as well. Now here we have the 12Z ECMWF deterministic model. And this model takes it right smack into the Mississippi River Delta. New Orleans, Alabama, Mississippi, all these places, at least in this model run, have a bullseye here. And what the ECMWF is picking up on here is a much stronger ridge to the west. And also, let me switch. Here's the 500 millibar heights of the ECMWF. What happens is the shortwave that the GFS and the NAM are showing, and the ECMWF, the shortwave moves away much quicker, and it has Tropical Storm or Hurricane Isaac getting caught by the shortwave and moving northwest, and the shortwave exits, and it leaves it to turn more northwest, and it brings it in closer to New Orleans, the Mississippi River Delta, Mississippi and Alabama. This is certainly something to watch because the ECMWF has been very consistent on more of a westward track. So this is something to watch. I'm not sure that it will verify because it still is the outermost outlier. But again, it is the ECMWFs that makes it an important outlier.